Monday, September 18th, 1972. I want to record on the tape the date of January the 18th before I forget. January the 18th was what I wanted to say instead of September. Hold on to January the 18th because it comes up as a solid wall building day. It's like I see you take a whole pile of bricks and make a real strong wall, and it's completed, or seems to be completed. You put the trowel down on January the 8th. And Father God, we thank Thee for the realization of Thy presence. Thou hast said, when 2 or 3 are gathered together, we will grant their requests. We thank Thee, Father, for the guards, guides, teachers, interpreters, all those who come in Thy name to show us the way, the truth, and the light. We thank Thee, Father, for Thy healing love. Forth into us that every step we take, every decision we make is in Thy name, in Thy light. Thy will be done. For this we thank Thee. You have come to see the hook which hangs from the heavenly sphere. There is, as you well know, no heavenly sphere at all, simply spheres of light, and the hook comes through from one sphere to another, that you may grab on and be elevated, that you may in your understanding be raised next level. For this is the direction of the soul at hand. Now, hooks are used for many things. Their main function is to hold. But the hook cannot hold that which will not be held. It is simply an aid for the soul that looks up to see, that would grasp the assist. From Spirit's side, it is very much like fishing. One drops the hook and covers it with light and a prayer. Now the hook is dropped to each and every like, but do understand that every soul does not open the door to receiving. The potential is there. The soul closes the door itself to the light. The door now is ajar and has been made so by this soul through its own commitment. The light will open stronger. The door will open wider, and you will come to better your own God force. For the decisions which you make in prayer are correct, have no doubt. You know you are about the Father's business, and you understand that this business takes you to the 4 corners of the earth. Yes, you are correct, the direction. As the birds fly, as the crow flies, quite straight, you know. But do understand that birds also stop to rest, to themselves. They take flight through instinct. Man is not understanding, and correctly so. For man operates not through reason, And the reasoning power which has been given to man, when it is coupled with the God power, will directly and correctly. Keep this in your thinking then, if you will. For the direction has been accepted by you, and now you simply fulfill the plan. The plan has its own harmony, its own discord. And when you are in harmony, all of you resonates like a beautiful piece of music. When there is discord, your reaction is one of physical illness. You have already known this about yourself. This is because of the depth of your understanding, because of the depth of your commitment to. We gather together at this meeting place because we can best transmit the light at this post through you to those who surround you, 3 in number. Stay on your feet securely. Securely, we say, because the boat will rock a bit. No matter. You dig deeper for your understanding, and then you shine like a beacon, and all those within sight of the light come to warm themselves. Well, how do you feel about the light? The responsibility you understand. You cannot give what is not wanted. And so often the soul wants silently. Then ask, and ye shall receive. Knock, and it shall be given unto you. What is this then but a lesson in self-worth? Understand yourself and know. Ask, and you shall receive. We say this not idly, for experience has taught that unless the soul comes forth and declares, either in the silence or aloud, its desire, it lies dormant. Would you think that growth is automatic? Nothing is, you know. It comes in layers. And this is the hierarchy of the spheres. You grow and grow. You shed your skin and are born anew. And then you begin to grow again, and on into infinity, which at this time you cannot recognize, and so be it. You do recognize that infinity is, and that is the first step in your aim. We accept your decisions. We surround you as guardians at the gate to protect you from any infiltrating force. 4. In your trust as a child, lead. As a child, you will succeed. Place your faith in God and not in man. Hold the reins yourself. Give the horse his head, but do not abdicate your responsibility as the driver. This also you have come to understand, that you are placed physically for the greatest good to the greatest number. The little ones will come along. They will spend 1 hour with you and then move on, for they chose you as the vehicle. And not really very much more. So do not hold, for the way is wide and will be closely guided. It would almost seem you cannot move at all, for as you hold the reins, so reins are held upon you. Your sight, according to the limitations imposed upon you by yourself, will open, will broaden. Blessings of the Father, keep the pearls. Do not cast them before swine. 1 or more than 1, for it is this pearl which must be held inviolate, sacred, and you wear it proudly. We place the wreath around your head. Victory, that is an empty word. Success, small meaning in a material way. Fulfillment of promise. This is where we wish to point the way. Fulfillment of promise as you see it yourself. You will be given along the way mechanical means to assist you. A comb, or scissors, to weed out that which is not productive. 1 hair at a time. Tedious perhaps, but there is me that would work surely, securely. And as God is in his heaven, so shall it be given. step forward and receive the badge of office. Quite a responsibility, for you can only trim and cut those who come and sit in your chair. Awesome in its prospect, and yet correct. Then stop and spend one moment. Sharpen the scissors and clean the comb, that your tools in each hand are ready to work to fullest capacity. Bridge the gap between spirit and man, and as then you will understand the direction in which to go. Oh, so it would seem a long, long way. And we admonish you to patience, for it is only while you walk on this earth plane that you will find a drag. And as you grow in development, in understanding, time will cease to exist. Develop the prospect of fleeting time, for it is as filmy as a spider web, and yet so strong for the weight that it must bear. Come and know that in the world of the Father there is calm. You have already begun to tap the cup, and it repays in full measure, for you go up and up and up. The way is paved with angels. You stop to look, curious. So, how curious are you? Curious enough to explore the spheres. Keep your feet upon the ground. Well grounded, you might say, for the way up is down. This you have already experienced. You will fly. Much flight. Keep your king solid, for in this solidity will you thrive. Knit, strength and light. You share in the master concept. Then move yourself forward with an eye on the light above and ahead. And this is the way you grow, you go. The world is now opening to your touch. You find your way through the door. The hedges part. Slept your 100 years. And now all comes to life. Move out and allow the light to reawaken all in your world, for all must move. Well, I guess they're cutting me off, and at this point, I'm going to stop then and move into my impressions. Which would be very much the way discussing inside about don't rush. Yes, your decisions are correct, but don't rush. Don't drop everything. Now.
But I'm going in the right direction.
I would think so, yes. Yes, mm-hmm. Yes. I would feel it's the only direction. I would feel that what I'm told to you is in the direction, don't let your enthusiasm run away with you.
Oh, no.
Okay? That's the caution. Because once you know the direction, you still have to hold back, even though you know things fall into place. Because nothing comes of anticipating. And it is extremely difficult when you sit on a pathway or you talk with someone and you know what is to happen and you have to wait for it to happen. Because all of the threads have to be lined up before the timing is right. Because you are ready doesn't mean that the whole picture is. Yeah. So don't anticipate or be over anxious, because well, I'm gonna work with it and I'm gonna push it ahead. It isn't gonna work, you see. All you can do is sit back and bless it and say, well, all right, I understand in my business, and as link or stone falls in the way, I'll work right along with it, but I won't anticipate, I won't be anxious, I will simply continue about my business and work with and in cooperation. Now you have opened a door to communication. Now this would mean to me that there is now a link being set up between you and Spirit. You're going to come into a new circle of friends because they're going to be attracted to you. You're going to do more in service. Now this is giving, but it's giving of the word and giving of the light, you see. Mm-hmm. So I can see you as, you know what an usher looks like in an old-fashioned theater?
Mm-hmm.
You are inside, and every time you open the door, I can see the sunlight streaming in. You know how the theater is always dark in the inside? The movie is always dark? Mm-hmm. And everyone who stops by and whispers a word to you, you open the door and you lead them through. So I would feel you're going to work in this light area. You're going to do some teaching, some active teaching. And then I'm being told when 2 or 3 are gathered together, there is the Heavenly Father, That's all when 2 or 3 are gathered together. So that your teaching, as the teaching of Spirit, will be accomplished. I want to say by the side of the road, but I'm being told 2 or 3 are gathered together. Now you will keep the door to the light in control. So you have your hand on it. You will keep it in control. You will not keep it perpetually, because that light blinds.
I know, just a little.
Please. So you open it according to your individual judgment of the moment. But if you leave it open,
They can't take it. I know that.
it's blinding.
Yeah.
This is a caution light which is being put up for you positively for your success, you see. And not really your success, but the success. Because it is the light that is going to be spread. And you are going to be a guardian at the gate for the 2 or 3 who are gathered together. Now there are 3 people. I'm going to go back because as I say this, it brings to mind the 3 people, and let me tell you, I don't know if I've ever given you this before, but I could see you as a cross. It looked like a rather tall one. Oh, let's say perhaps as tall as you are, because this is symbolic.
Mm-hmm.
And it has, and the cross is in the ground. It said it wanted to keep you firmly planted in the ground. Now I felt there were 3 people like this, like the top parts of the cross. But the cross had something that looked like a 3-leaf clover on each end of it. Therefore I felt the growth. I don't know why it would be a 3-leaf clover. That would be a shamrock, wouldn't it? Well, let's work for the 3 people toward March 17th. I've got 3 people you're going to know about that you're working with, but you've already got these 2. I don't know who it is. I've got the one on the right and the one on the left, and I don't know who the top one is.
There are 3 people other than myself.
Other than yourself, yes. Now I know this is not, I know you have more children than that, but it's not your children, you say. All right, I'm going to hold. You will know this. The 3 are growing because I sense at the end just this little bit of green. But they're stuck on the cross. Now would you have 3 people who are dependent on you, who would you act as a 4 or 2? Because this is the way I look at this, you see.
Many people have leaned. I mean, I know I'm little, but lots of people lean on me.
The little is mighty might. That's nothing. All right, let me leave this. They are dependent on you for support. And the blessing is that you understand you are not you, but you are the cross. You see, you are just a channel. In other words, they're giving you as the symbol of the light. So when they lean on you, this is all right, because you don't allow them to lean on you personally, per se. You allow them...
Very impersonal.
Yeah, this is it. You see, they lean on you and you release them. In other words, you don't possess, you don't clutch. You are symbol of the cross, which to me would be the light. Because of this, you will guide the 3 through to freedom. So, I would feel one of them is your mother.
Okay, my mother, yes. She's gotten to the point now where...
She's on this side. Actually, to you, she would be on the right. One of them is a man, so it may be this gentleman in the business. You know, Jerry.
I think it is.
Yeah, on this side. I don't know who goes up straight. See,
Would that be the husband to come? Or perhaps it isn't the husband?
I don't know. But I picked the 2. I can't quite pick the center one. All right, let me leave it, because it may also be of the group of your children. You see, it's possible it could be the children as a unit.
Yeah.
Let me leave it,
'Cause
but this one does not hit me. I don't feel satisfied with it, so just let me leave it, because it will come up.
Oh.
You know, it just is not in sight.
Well, however it
of this
works
thing.
out, I'll do it okay.
Yes, they're telling you, in this, simply dig in deeper, because you know how to be impersonal. Dig in deeper to the impersonal, so which makes you what? It makes you seem cold. It makes you seem unfeeling. But it isn't so. You see, it isn't so. You feel more, you feel deeper. But it will not be understood. So I feel this is what they're telling you. So then dig in deeper into your faith, because you'll come through it.
I'm going to hurt this people. They're going to think
I would feel, yes. But not so. This is part of being impersonal. It is not understood. Possessiveness is understood. Jealousy is all the next are understood. The moment you are positive, you're not a ball. You know, you're not understood. However, just not much I can tell you. There's just not much I can tell you except roll. Just roll. And don't get involved. Stay in the cross. Stay impersonal in the light. Okay? Because this is what I feel is being told. This is negative. The results will not be negative. You're going to have to turn the other cheek. But isn't this the light aspect? To be able to stick to your guns, do what you feel you are being guided to do correctly, and then you're growing as a result, and you're allowing everyone else to grow. Now, it's easier for everyone in the mortal thinking not to let them grow.
Mm-hmm.
But where do you come in then through the ages?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is it. Now you will not left alone. I see right now an explosive cloud, and it is quite dark. I find you close your eyes so as not to see it. This will be a loss of temper or an explosion outside of you. Close your eyes to it. It's like a flaring up, and it comes like a big black cloud. It looks like a big loss of temper. It involves these two, I feel. Just close your eyes to it. And then you know what I bless them, Father, for they know not what they say. They know not what they do. Thank you, Father, for filling them with light, for surrounding them with light. And then I can breathe. You know, I have a feeling the release will not come so quickly for others, and in your acceptance of the situation, you will receive wordation. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Okay, that's what they're giving me. So, what is retort? I understand. I know exactly what you say, and I understand how you feel. But I must follow, I must pursue this line of action. Please understand.
When I'm ready to leave, they're just going to, then no one will understand.
It will be up to you to speak soft words, you say, and to say, hold, don't judgment, hold, allow me to pursue what I feel is correct. that we may always be friendly and love one another. These are the words which I can hear coming from your lips, you say. Hold, don't sit in judgment. Each of us pursue his own light. And then feel with those words a sense of calmness. The impressions don't change, but there's a sense of calmness, of acceptance. So I'm going to leave it that way. I'll leave it with you that way. I want to pick up, it's a record, a round cylinder. It looks like a record. The kind that you put on the phonograph. But it looks more like a large tape because of all these ridges. Well, they're giving it to me as a spring. So you will spring back, you will spring up, you will remain flexible, you will be tough, you will be protected, there will be no breaks, no bends. Stick to your guns quietly. Because this peculiar looking record, which looks like a reel, looks almost like a steel spring that is coiled. Mm-hmm. And what I want to pull out of this is good flexibility and silk strength. Mm-hmm. How they're showing you to me right now. So there are lessons to be learned, not just for others, but for you. You will not break. There will be no damage. You will simply roll along and remain in flexibility. That's not the expression I want. Just as the spring looks very much like a watch spring, it's all round up, it looks like a record. I don't want the spring to be overwound or too tight. Therefore, it means you have to take time for yourself to relax and to let go. The proper balance and tension and looseness, you say. You must let go. Don't let that spring get wound too tightly. So you find your own method of relaxation, of communication, and there is a piece of time which you must have regularly to yourself to regain and to renew the flexibility of yourself. You see, if you push